and today I'm reviewing John Carpenter's Halloween, one of 3 movies John Carpenter directed in 1979, and it is also the movie that propelled his career into what we know of today. Now, before I get this review going, I want to make it clear that I'm not a fan of this movie. I don't want you to think I hate the movie because, as I said in past John Carpenter reviews, I only hate one John Carpenter movie. I don't hate this movie, I'm just not a big fan of it. Let me talk about what I like about the movie. I like the cinematic quality of the movie. At times it seems almost Hitchcockian, and at other times it seems, just downright suspenseful. The opening scene is probably one of my favorite opening scenes in any horror film because it's the illusion of a single take. And if you know me, I love illusion of a single take. I love The Rope, I love Running Time. Those movies I love them. And this opening scene just did it perfectly. I mean, you honestly cannot tell where some of the cuts are. Now, obviously, when he puts the mask on, there's a cut right there, but I really enjoyed that scene. And then when the camera reveals that it's a little kid that did all this stuff, it's great. First time watching this, I'm like, what? It's great. Out of all the actors, I liked Donald Pleasance best. He just had such... he was just great in this movie. I can't really put it into words. He just got this character down. I haven't seen a whole lot of movies with him in it, so I can't compare his acting to previous stuff. But he was great in this movie. One of the highlights of the movie for me. I also liked that there was no gore. I don't remember any blood in this movie. Off the top of my head, I can't remember. And which is really weird because people, when they talk to you about this movie, they say, it's a gore fest and stuff like that. And there's no gore, there's no blood. I think there's one little bit of blood on this girl's arm. I don't really remember. I just remember it's not, so grotesquely violent. And I thought that was pretty cool. But given the movie's reputation, I thought that was pretty cool. I also respect this movie because it gave my favorite director, John Carpenter, more avenues to go down and propel his career. To me, that is the highlight of this movie and makes the whole movie worth watching, at least once. As I said before, I'm not a fan of this movie. To me, it's kind of boring. It's a little on the boring side. I felt really kind of uninterested. I kind of wanted to go to sleep. I feel like the whole movie could have been condensed into 30 minutes, really. As I said before, this movie has great cinematic value, but there are scenes in the movie that have no cinematic value. They are bare bones, just MacGyvered together. Now, I actually think that this helped in some ways. For instance, the scene where Donald Pleasance is going to the insane asylum, and it's so dark and you can't barely see anything, and it's because they didn't have lights on set. Actually, I think it advertently helped the scene and made it creepier because you couldn't see anything. And it wasn't done intentionally. I think that was pretty cool. As I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of this movie, so I'm probably not the best person to hear this review from. But I guess I liked it in the sense that I like John Carpenter, but as entertainment value, I didn't really much care for it. But if you're a fan of John Carpenter, I feel that you have to see this movie, and if you're a fan of this series, why are you watching a review? You already know you like it. I'm just playing around. I think it's okay. I think it's an okay movie. I recommend it if you're a John Carpenter fan. If you are a fan of slasher films, this may be a good thing for you because you can see slasher films at one of its earliest stages. Okay, the director of Friday the 13th said that he ripped off Halloween. He said that's where he got his inspiration. He actually said word for word, I ripped off Halloween. And who knows how many movies were inspired off Friday the 13th. So I think if you're a fan of slasher movies, this may be good for you. I'd recommend stuff like And Then There Were None and Psycho and Black Christmas. If you are into that genre, if you want to see where its earliest beginnings. Personally, I think that's where they began, those 3 movies. But Halloween was definitely the thing that got that ball rolling. Well, that's my review. I have more John Carpenter reviews on my channel. I also have reviews on lots of movies. Please rate, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you in my next review. Here are the Bruce Campbell facts and quotes of the day. Bye!